This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, it may be signed, but health professionals are calling for a review of the possible medical effects of the TPP. Dunedin's student flats are about to be immortalised in print thanks to the efforts of a local author. And we'll find out what local teaching staff are learning from their Middle Eastern counterparts. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Health professionals are sharing their concerns about potential risks associated with the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. The controversial trade deal was signed in Auckland today, despite ongoing public opposition. But a local academic says it's not too late to address perceived issues.
Publicly opposing the government, protesters have been out in force in their opposition of the TPPA. Meanwhile, members of a National Health Council are scrutinising the newly signed agreement and its likely implications on the medical sector. Dr Alex McMillan says the government's putting people's health and well-being in jeopardy by signing the deal.
TPP and other multilateral investment agreements have really started to get the balance wrong, handing over a lot of freedom and power to industry while taking away government's ability to do its core business, which is to protect and promote the well-being of New Zealanders.
Such state functions include laws, regulations and policies limiting the amount of pollution going into the air and water. One concern with the TPP is its provisions allowing multinational corporations to have a say if they disagree with what the government does.
If they put those laws in place, then foreign corporations have the ability to say, this is going to threaten our profits. We don't want to have to change and respond to in response to these laws and regulations. We're going to sue you as the government for harming our profits.
Trade ministers of the 12 TPP countries signed the agreement in Auckland today. Now it has to go through Parliament in each participating nation. Dr McMillan says that gives a window of opportunity for the deal's health implications to be addressed.
What we need is a really comprehensive, a broad and public scrutiny of the health impacts of this agreement so that the New Zealand public can weigh up what the benefits might be and what the harms are likely to be as well.
The government consulted health professionals while drafting the agreement, but that was mainly about keeping medicine affordable through Pharmac. Dr McMillan is hoping the dialogue continues before the TPP is enforced. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
A proposed cycling and walking path between St Leonards and Port Chalmers is too expensive to build in its current form. The New Zealand Transport Agency is going back to the drawing board with a concept to see if it can be made for less money. It was initially costed at around $6 million, but new estimates following detailed design show that figure would more than double. Authorities say it's not a viable project at the inflated cost. The news has come as a blow to the coastal community, as residents were looking forward to the path being constructed over the next few years. Planners are aiming to cut costs by half with a new design. A local author is compiling the history of Scarfy sections for a new book. She's the creator of the Dunedin Flat Names project and has been learning the background of almost 350 properties, and former occupants are getting involved.
Documenting one of Dunedin's biggest student rituals. This author is going over student flats she's encountered since she started researching North Dunedin flat names as part of a master's project.
My project was about collecting ephemera and examples of ephemera in everyday society, and I remembered that we were living in this landscape in North Dunedin which is full of interesting student cultural ephemera, in the example of the flat name.
She began the project in 2000 and has photographed, researched and written about nearly 350 student houses. She decided to publish a book on the names and history behind the Scarfy homes as an ode to Dunedin's tertiary culture. Former occupants from all over the world have been helping by sending her information and photographs through the internet.
Thanks to social media, I've been able to connect up people who've lived in these flats and hearing their stories, hearing why they've named the flats the way they have. Something else I'm interested in is the materials that are used to create the signs.
Flat names commonly reference pop culture, alcohol, sexual themes and historic events. The first record of flat naming in the city dates back to 1933. Titles Gallagher has come across include The Palace, Bruce's Benjamin Butchery and Fridge and Fridgette. She's hoping her book allows past residents to reminisce, while others gain an insight into Dunedin's unique student culture.
Just hope that they'll really enjoy looking at the pictures and it will bring back memories, and you know, they'll enjoy sharing it with their friends and their kids, and yeah, I just hope people will really enjoy it.
She's planning to finish the book by 2019 when the University of Otago celebrates its 150th anniversary. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
The Dunedin Botanic Garden is keeping its top ranking as one of the country's best. The garden is retaining its 6-star status following a routine review by the New Zealand Gardens Trust. It's one of 7 properties in the country to achieve the standard and the only one that's open to the public. The rating is the same as a garden of international significance, which the North Dunedin ground has held since 2010. Trust members review top-level sections every 2 years. The local botanic garden is the oldest of its kind in New Zealand, established in 1863. Educators from the Middle East are in Dunedin, sharing their knowledge with counterparts at Otago Polytechnic. Their visit follows the signing of an agreement through which local staff are learning a new teaching method, and the burgeoning relationship is set to be mutually beneficial.
Touring tertiary facilities, staff from Bahrain Polytechnic are being shown around campus in Dunedin. They're in the city liaising with counterparts at Otago Polytechnic about a specific teaching method.
They're here to run some staff development sessions across the Polytechnic generally, and with our engineering school in particular, because they are well advanced in the implementation of a teaching and learning strategy that we're keen to embed at the Polytechnic.
That particular method is called problem-based learning. It's what the Bahrain delegates are here teaching local staff after being invited to do so. They're well versed in the practice and are willing to share their expertise.
Problem-based learning really enhances the students' capability throughout their program. The employability skills that are developed by students through a problem-based learning methodology really help them to be more employable, to be better graduates.
The two polytechnics share a common philosophy, and staff officially signed a memorandum of understanding in December. They're hoping it'll lead to a strong coalition with mutual benefits.
What we see happening down the track, and this is the first of these events, is staff exchanges, curriculum sharing, and then once we've got curriculum sharing, then we will see student exchanges happening for sure.
The Bahrain delegates are now heading home, having spent just 2 days in the city. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, the TPP causes division among MPs, and the Masters Games gives a former basketball team a reason to go for gold.
We're at Alex Campbell's. We've got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
The good all, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's very important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the good all is all about.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
Don't miss the home show. Lots of great ideas, great prizes, great deals. Kitchens, bathrooms, furnishings and lots more. The Epicenter More FM Arena, 4th, 5th, 6th of March. Adults $10, children free. See you at the home show.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warrant of fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility Scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
Are you looking to add a new dimension to your home? A Christie's glass house and shed will add value to your property and increase your gardening pleasure, and can be easily ventilated during the day. A Christie's garden shed is a brilliant addition to your backyard, adding to your storage capacity. The great Kiwi glass house and shed come in all shapes and sizes, are manufactured in Dunedin and come in a range of nature-inspired colour steel colours or metallic zinc aluminum finish. Choose the Kiwi shed that has stood the test of time. Choose Christie.
Hello, I'm Dougal Stevenson. Welcome to Museum Diaries, the programme where we delve deeper into the museum vaults. So this week, Greek ceramics, the Otago shag. Yes, we do have one. Early hominid stone tools and what they meant to early civilization and what they mean to us. And you'll love this, Thomas Jeffrey Parker's glycerin stomachs.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Unemployment is at its lowest level in 7 years. Thousands of people secured work in the later part of last year, lowering the unemployment rate to 5.3%. The government is welcoming the news, saying more jobs are becoming available in many regions of the country. Construction is leading the way as an industry, adding more than 20,000 jobs in the last year. In that time, the national average weekly wage has risen 3%. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 4 points. It's now at 6,138. The ASX 200 is up 97 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is down against the Australian, but we are up against the other currencies we follow. Today's signing of the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreement is dividing members of Parliament. The deal is being pushed through by the national government, but it's opposed by several other political parties and many Kiwis. Professor Robert Patman of the University of Otago joins us to explain how the deal might have an impact within the beehive. Good evening.
Good evening, Rebecca.
Is National likely to lose voters or supporters over this?
I think the jury's out. There's a lot of, it's an issue that's polarised the country. I think National will be hoping that once the deal is signed, and actually we learn that it could take some time before the deal is fully implemented, then the benefits will become self-evident. If you look at other free trade deals, the one with China, for example, there was quite a bit of controversy, although not of this level, about signing that agreement. But once the benefits became evident, a lot of the opposition began to dissipate. I think from National's point of view, it will argue that it's pursuing the national interest in trying to get the most competitive conditions for businesses in this country. And it is a very significant trade deal, probably the most ambitious one signed, 12 countries. And it's 40% of the world's trade. So we can't really afford, from the government's point of view, to be left out of the action. And it's quite possible that China will be joining the TPP in the not too distant future.
How is the TPP already affecting the government's relationship with the public?
Well, I think the government one of the things that's caused a lot of controversy is the fact that the terms of the agreement were secret. They were negotiated in secret, and that's caused a lot of rumour mongering and caused concerns that a deal has been negotiated in secret that none of us would like. But the counter argument to that is that when you've got 12 countries which are all having to make painful concessions to each other, not just this country, then it's better to keep that process confidential. Otherwise, any premature disclosure could completely scuttle the negotiations. We actually stand to do quite well out of this, particularly because we, as a country which depends on agricultural exports, we suffer from the perennial frustration that other countries try to impose tariffs on our exports. This deal will substantially remove that for many of the 12 countries that we're doing business with, which is projected to increase what we should GDP by about 2.7 billion by 2025. That may understate the benefits, but I think two of the major concerns are A, that the government hasn't been completely transparent about what it's done, and B, that we're going to see an erosion of our sovereignty.
Which of our political parties are uniting against the TPP?
I think the Green Party has been the most consistently against it. I think their leadership has a coherent position and they oppose it. The Labour Party seems to be slightly divided over this. Two prominent members of the Labour Party, David Shearer, former leader, and Phil Goff, another former leader and Trade Minister who started off the TPPA, both have come out strongly for it, as has another former leader, Helen Clark. She is quite emphatically for it and said New Zealanders need to think hard about if we stay out of this agreement.
Is it likely to influence how the parties deal with each other?
I think so. You can see that there will be quite a lot of solidarity between, say, between the Green Party and some members of the Labour Party. There's quite a strength of feeling amongst some members of the Labour Party against it, but I think the Labour Party's position is much more nuanced than the Green Party. Andrew Little, the leader, has made it clear that he stands for free trade. He just doesn't want our sovereignty to be eroded in the process. And of course critics point out that if you're going to get concessions from other countries in terms of trade, getting access to their markets, we have to make concessions to them. So everyone has to give a bit on sovereignty.
From the University of Otago, Professor Robert Patman, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, we'll find out which basketball team is hoping for a win after a long absence. And we'll take a closer look at the issues surrounding the Meals on Wheels service.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
I understand now how economics can affect global warming.
And I found out how grass growth in New Zealand affects Fashion Week in Milan.
I can even tell you how smartphone technology affects the survival of mountain gorillas.
Sorry.
Because at the Otago Business School, it's not just about the world of business, it's how business affects the world.
I'm Kim. Michaela.
David. And this is our place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Granddad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Yes, sorry, Jim.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sunny Chin, it works.
Pellet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pellet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
We at Alex Campbell's have got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. A former King's High School basketball team is reuniting after almost 2 decades. Players are taking to the court for the Masters Games and they're hoping to come out on top.
Getting the crew back together. Several members of a former high school basketball team are back on the court after almost 20 years apart. They're ready to relive the good times they had while students at King's High School.
It's a long time ago now, it's going back a while, but we were pretty successful at high school. It's taken till now to get the team back together, so we're all looking forward to it.
The team placed third in its school division back in 1997 and was second the following year. Now, 2 decades on, players have their sights set on gold.
We're having a bit of fun, but always looking to win.
Frost says this year's Masters Games seemed an ideal time for players from around the country to come together and compete. They're feeling confident that the sport's minimum age of 30 will work in their favour.
Yeah, we've just all hit that age now, so we can compete. I don't have to compete against the young guys so much, so yeah.
Several of the reunited players have had successful basketball careers, including Hayden Allen, who's still playing in the National Basketball League. Frost says it's awesome seeing former teammates sticking with the sport beyond school.
We've all hung in there and love it so much we keep playing.
The Masters Games basketball competition is running for 3 days at the Edgar Centre. These guys have their fingers crossed that they'll still be on the court for Friday's final. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Changes to local Meals on Wheels food is causing customers to cancel the service. Otago Daily Times reporter Eileen Goodwin has been talking to those involved and she joins us to explain what's happening. Good evening. How have the local Meals on Wheels changed?
Instead of being prepared fresh in Dunedin Hospital's kitchen, they're being prepared in Auckland and Tauranga and trucked down here frozen under an outsourcing deal with the Compass Group, which the Southern District Health Board put through to save money.
What is the feedback from customers about these new meals?
The feedback has not been good. It was kicked off, the response was kicked off last week by a volunteer deliverer, Liz Green, who wrote a post on social media saying these meals are terrible, the vegetables were watery, etc, etc. There was a vivid description of slimy custard, and we did a story based on that, and these meals have been delivered in this manner for about 2 weeks now. And that kicked off a lot of feedback, a lot of other people ringing in, elderly people saying that they're not happy as well.
Have you seen one of these meals?
Yes, we went to an elderly person's house and we did see the meal. And
Would you have eaten it?
Would I have eaten it? I'm not sure. I don't know.
How many people have recently cancelled the service?
44, so just in the last 2.5 weeks.
What's the Health Board doing about it?
The Health Board is in talks with Campus. They've increased their kind of contact with Campus. I think there was a meeting down here a couple of days ago, and they've said that Campus has agreed after this talk to hold new taste testing sessions.
Are there any alternatives to Meals on Wheels?
A lot of people have been suggesting alternatives. There's commercial alternatives. The only thing is that for some people they need a frozen meal they need a meal that may have special needs like pureeing or low salt or something like that. And there's other Meals on Wheels services, but they're more expensive.
Is there room in the city for a new provider to come in and pick up on the slack here?
I'm not sure, but just to add that in Mosgiel, there's the actual provider out there is Presbyterian Support. They do get the subsidy, and so people, I know there's been questions about this, people out there are unaffected by this change.
Otago Daily Times health reporter Eileen Goodwin, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. The controversial TPP deal is concerning health professionals who are calling for an extensive review of its potential impact. A local woman has been researching hundreds of student flats and is making a book about their history and Dunedin's tertiary culture. And several educators from Bahrain are in the city teaching Otago Polytechnic staff about a successful learning method. And it's time now to find out what's going to be in Friday's Otago Daily Times, and Barry Stewart joins us. Good evening.
Hello Rebecca. Tensions are mounting in Dunedin over freedom campers, although the Dunedin City Council says the bylaws are working. We went out this morning and photographed a car park full of freedom campers and people waiting for the surf to rise. So interesting feedback on that one. Resource consents are being lodged for a gold mining operation on land north of Roxburgh. Cycle network, again 3 days in a row we talk about cycleways. It's been dealt another blow with the AA group pulling out of their liaison group commitment. And on a lighter note, we look at the walking wounded at the Masters Games. We talked to a few physios about the walking wounded and the injury toll.
That's tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Barry. Time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silberhorn's Puff Plus.
Here is today's city view. It's taken of shags on a bridge. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, quite pleasant. 27 for the central city, 25 at the Gardens and 28 out on the Tyree. To the situation, and a cold front is due. It's here now, but it will decay as it moves past the South Island. The good news is, though, that it's followed by a ridge of high pressure. To the forecast for some of the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow, becoming fine with sou'westers for Invercar, Gilgore and Te Anau, but a cloud about for Alexandra with 17 degrees. Some cloud about for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs of around 16 or 17 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, showers, they are here but they will clear, dropping to a low of 9. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, although sunny periods will develop in the afternoon. We're going for 15. And on Saturday, mostly fine and sunny with nor'easters developing and 18 degrees. And to the Otago pallet fires, tidal and fishing information. Low tide tomorrow morning is at 20 to 9. High tide follows at 1:45 to 2. And fishing conditions are still wanting. That's local news for Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.